Good morning. You are welcome to another edition of News Review on WYTV. My name is Ahmed Abbas Olatunji Bob. They call me Sidon J, and you can call me that if you like. And you know I will do it on News Review every day. This is where we talk about the headlines that made up the newspaper of today. And when we go on a short commercial break, we come back to do justice to some of the headlines. I'm not only the person in the building today. I have with me...
I'm Ambassador Rotimi Orilua.
Yeah, you're welcome, sir.
Thanks for having me on your show.
You're welcome. All right, let's kick it start with the first newspaper of today, talking about Punch newspaper. 10 billion naira debt. CBN defaults on payment to banks, dollar nears 1,000 naira. Why I refuse 20 million naira bribe. Just kidney harvest victims' husband. Fire God section of Supreme Court. NDLEA intercept 4,000 kgs of illicit drugs, arrest 12 suspects. Cement price to hit now 1,000 naira, says manufacturers. Then on Vanguard newspaper, hiking fee will force students out of school, JAF. Please reassure efforts to rescue Zamfara kidnapped students. Revise your approach to national security, UWAC urges federal government. Youth Rep Riyemi Fash raised alarm over alleged human trafficking to Burkina Faso. Then on the Guardian newspaper, private sector CSOs kick as NLC decides an indefinite strike tomorrow. Taraba approves 85,000 naira allowance for corps members posted to schools. Nigeria has 500,000 undocumented citizens, 8,900 professionals, students in South Africa. Police arrest bandits with rocket launcher in Yobe. Then on Daily Post newspaper, Supreme Court complex on fire. Gunmen kidnap Benue commissioner. Subsidy remover. Rise in fuel price prevents biofuel as viable option, environmentalists. One community, two monarchs. Controversy rages in Northia and Anambra State. These are the headlines that made up the newspapers of today. We're going on a short commercial break to tell you what is happening in the market. Stay tuned, don't go nowhere.
For management of power.
Welcome to King Victor's Enterprise.
King Victor Nigeria Enterprises. He say make I tell una say una wey dey sell provision, noodles, groundnut oil and other food items there.
Èmi ni Ìyálọ́jà Ìkẹ́nnẹ́ Mrs. Olúbùnmi Olúwọlé. King Victor is a nice son and he doesn't cheat.
King Victor Nigeria Enterprises are one major distributors Honeywell, Golden Penny, King's Oil, Gino àti bẹ́ẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ. Gbogbo àwọn tí wọ́n ti ń bá wa dòwò pọ̀ látẹ̀yìnwá wọ́n kígbe sàdánkátà fáwọn nǹkan tí wọ́n ń jẹ lọ́dọ̀ wa. Come straight to King Victor Nigeria Enterprises. Gbogbo ẹni tó ṣẹ̀fẹ̀ bẹ̀rẹ̀ òwò nǹkan oúnjẹ títà àǹfààní láti ṣí sílẹ̀ lọ́dọ̀ wa o. Máa gbọ́jà kó o máa sanwó ẹ̀ díẹ̀díẹ̀ as you dey order for your market. Piam piam piam, our motto don deliver am for your shop and we no dey put extra money. Tara ṣàṣà báyìí kò bá wa dòwò pọ̀ ní King Victor Nigeria Enterprises àwa ní shop 2 Awolowo market Makunilu Ṣàgámù. Ẹ̀rọ ìbánisọ̀rọ̀ wa 081-379-09381. King Victor Nigeria Enterprises, fast and trusted.
You're welcome back from that short commercial break, and that's our sponsor for the show, talking about Nokpa Abbas and King Victor Nigeria Enterprises. All right, the first one we are going to be looking at is about the cement price of 9,000 naira said by the manufacturers, and I think this will happen because of the concrete road the federal government is about to start doing.
You see, Sidonji, the fact they still remain the same that there is an adage of Yoruba State that says if heaven falls, that it is not a matter of a single person.
Exactly.
We are all into it together. But I don't believe. I think they were just still guessing. Maybe they were still deliberating on the issue that the cement price is going to go higher as
9,000
naira
per bag.
I don't think that one is going to work. If it really does work, which means the APC government is one of the most worst government that we have been ever
The worstest.
had in the history of Nigeria.
Well,
during the ex-president President Goodluck Jonathan, how much was the price of cement then? How much was dollar? Dollar exchange rate now under the watchness of APC is almost 1,000 naira. So that federal government is embarking on concrete road, does that really increase the price, or they increase the price of the cement?
Well,
or is it the price increase based on the demands on the cement?
but sir, you know, as we speak, the price of cement is 5,000 naira as we speak.
As we speak,
And we're still complaining that they should bring it down. And now they want to increase it to 9,000 naira.
Manufacturer does anything has to add to the price based on the demand. They should be happy that the demand is much. We have a Laka Tabu of Elephant Lafarge in the Wekoro. Then also in Ibeshi, we have the new plant that Dangote built over that place that can produce as much as many that
we have Boa cement too.
We have Boa cement. We have different types of cement. So how come are they coming together? But there was a news I saw last week that I think Boa or so, I don't know the cement precisely, that says the real owner of that company said he's going to bring the price down as low as 2,700 naira.
Well, I will appreciate that, because that's what Nigerians need at this hard time. We need to know what we are doing. The Cement Producers Association of Nigeria has warned that the ongoing plan of the federal government to introduce concrete roads will raise the price of cement to 9,000 naira per bag from the current price of 5,000 naira. It is also called on the current administration to permanently address the perennial cement price hike problem by facilitating larger participation in the cement industry. Nothing that Nigerians have no business buying cement for more than 5,600 naira per bag. Well, the association, in a statement, jointly signed the national chairman, Prince David Iweta, and National Secretary Chief Regan Ofumba on Sunday, commended the works minister's position on cement-made roads, but warned of their consequences if the supply end is not addressed properly.
My brother, Sidonji, let me first by commending the idea of making our Nigerian roads a concrete.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying? But the first thing remains that making the Nigerian roads concrete does not give room for the hike in
price of cement.
The price of cement. So how come did they arrive of negotiating or bringing us together?
You see, I even saw it like, if federal government is to use any product that is being produced in Nigeria for any project that will be useful to the whole of Nigeria, that everybody will benefit from it, I don't think federal government should buy cement as we speak, because the whole of the 30 companies that we have Lafarge, we have Dangote, we have Boa, they should be able to support federal government.
We also have Ashaka.
Yes,
Ashaka cement.
we have many of them, but the ones that are popular, that we know that people buy well in Nigeria, they should be able to support the federal government in giving them at least enough cement to carry out this road infrastructure. And again, it is not, it does not have anything to do with we Nigerians.
Masses, let me comment. Even if they don't want to support federal government by giving some of their cement out free of charge, you know they do their business.
Exactly.
They also put their money. Federal government have a means of generating their own money. So you don't expect them to donate or whatever.
No, I'm not saying they should do. I'm looking at it like at least they should be able to have a dialogue with the government. Okay, the task you are going to be collecting should be reduced because we want to assist.
My brother, they should. The first thing remain the same, that they should be happy that federal government is embarking on a concrete road, which means the demands of their product will be much higher than the ones that than the patronage that they are having before.
Exactly.
How much cement are we masses buying? So are you now telling me, before you get to know now, if the price of the cement is raised up to 9,000 naira, is it going to be affordable for a poor man to build a hut, not to talk of building a mansion? And then now saying they don't want the poor man to breathe, or they don't want the masses to breathe. Because I could remember during the campaign of Asiwaju Ahmed Bola Tinubu, the new elected president, he said all these high prices, all those things that have been high, the prices have been high in the market, that he's going to bring it down, that he has brought light. This is renew hope. Is that not what he said?
Well,
this is renew hope. Because
that's what he said.
Statement last week when he went for this United Nations meeting, he told all the Nigerians that are there in New York that they should come back home, that Nigeria is far better.
Is this what they are coming to meet?
Is this what this set of people are coming to meet, that Nigeria is far better? What are the things, what are the quality things that can be shown off within your 100 days in office? We saw the one of the president, the governor in Borno precisely.
Yes.
We saw his achievement during the 100 days. I believe I also said it on the program here last week that all the rest of the governors, I believe they should be able to publicize
what they have done. Yes.
What they have been able to achieve
exactly
during these 100 days, like what the man in Borno did. None of them has ever shown any other thing.
Well, as a solution, the cement producers urge the government to lay more emphasis on road design that allows both cement technology and asphalt pavement to run concurrently and provide ample time for a smooth transition that allows contractors to invest in commensurate and requisite equipment and retooling. The statement reads, our findings from various parts of the country show that cement sells for as high as 6,000 naira per bag in the rainy season. Our prediction is that it will sell for over 9,000 naira per bag in the dry season, especially with the pronouncement of the Honorable Minister of Works on cement technology and the Martian Road on housing by Mr. President if the government does not take proactive steps.
So let me comment. I have a brother in Australia. Almost 2 years ago, when I was talking to him, he gave me a job to do. He said I should help him to supervise a certain place. So when I now told him, okay, this is the price of cement. In the afternoon, in the morning, the cement then was like 2,700 naira or so.
That was then.
That was then, almost 3 years ago. So in the afternoon, I had to call him. I told him, the price of cement now is 30,000. I said, what is wrong with Nigeria? That was the first the statement he made. He said, what is, in the morning they said cement was 2,700 now. Now in the afternoon, they said
3,000.
He said, for the past 20 years that he got to Australia, the price of a tin milk has never exceeded the amount that they are still selling. That those government, they control the price. Instead of the price to be high, it's either it goes down, wherever it's coming out, it will not be balanced. For the past 20 years. Now let us call back 5 years ago, not to talk of 20 years in Nigeria. What's the price of cement during the ex-president Goodluck Jonathan? What's the price? What are they selling then? What are they selling today? How long are we going to continue in this kind of system here in Nigeria? And you ask the Nigerian diaspora to come back home because Nigeria is getting better. What are those things that we will be able to show them or we'll be able to convince them? Well, no wonder people are getting out.
So our president has said Nigerians in diaspora should come back to this country. I don't think that's the best thing for now, because even we that we are in Nigeria, we never the little thing we are seeing in Nigeria could not make us stay. Even we want to go. You are not telling people that outside Nigeria to come back to Nigeria for what reason? But then it is choice. You know, if they want to come, they are free to come, and if you want to stay. While we commend the Honorable Minister's position on cement-made roads, we warn the dire consequences if the supply end is not properly addressed. In fact, it would amount to dereliction of duty not to intervene, and the time is now to do otherwise is to continue in a worsening pipe dream that prices will suddenly drop on this essential input that will continue to drain the purse of Nigerians, render them homeless, encourage chaos between demand and supply, and worsen the infrastructure deficit it sets out to cure, and lead to an unprecedented price hike. So what the minister, some of the manufacturers are saying is for federal government to look at this step very well before they start doing backing on the concrete roads.
Is there anything that changes in it? Is it the demand? Let me ask. Is it the demand of the cement?
Is
Is it saying the amount federal government is going to buy is different from the amount the masses are buying?
Now this is it. I love the fact that the manufacturers they are making sense here because they know Nigerian government very well. Once they start this concrete road, there will be hike in price of cement. Why? Because federal government will want to, extort money from buying cement. They can just say cement we are using to produce to make roads now has been increased and we need to buy more. They will be pumping money to that aspect, and it will be affecting the masses.
You see, all this.
And again, before you talk, there is something I noticed. You see, we are using normal road. We don't know how to maintain that. Not to talk of where we come. So now they are going to be producing. Let's say the road that they will make for us now will be worse.
10 million naira. It will not be increased to, let's say, 30 million naira.
Exactly.
Even the one that they were using asphalt for. This go to Lagos Ibadan Express Road, the road that has not been commissioned, that has not been handed over. Can you imagine that there are some portion of that roads that is getting worse now?
And it's been like 10 years they've been doing that road.
The road was flagged up during the period of
COVID-19.
Government President Goodluck Jonathan. They flagged it up right at that interchange in Shagamu.
Yes.
Yeah. Before President Buhari came in. After President Buhari, now Babalokan was there. The road has not been commissioned. Go to Long Bridge. When you go to Long Bridge, you see where there is a joint. At the middle of the bridge, where there is a joint. Go and look at the asphalt that was put in. Instead of them putting a rail at the joint there. So does it really make any difference? Or are they going there to negotiate with those companies that are selling cement that, look, we are looking into it, we have to take some certain percentage of money that is payback? Then when the demand is much, maybe what you are giving to us, 5,000 naira, you may increase it to 9,000 naira. So 4,000 naira will be given to us back.
Well, to the president and to the federal government, I think they should sit and look into this matter very well before they proceed in providing the cement concrete road for Nigeria, because I don't see this as the next thing to do in this current administration, because we're still shouting, wailing about the hike in fuel price, the students talking about the hike in school fee, and now you want to you want to come to the manufacturers of cement putting price on cement, because cement is one of the products that sells well in Nigeria as we speak, because every day we see new buildings and
Do you know recently we were still shouting on the hike in this cement price also, that the cement 5,000 naira is
too much. Yeah,
it's too much. That we had a lot of people said they had that Dangote was selling as low as 1,500 naira in the other countries. No, not until when it came out that they were selling the same price as they are selling in Nigeria. Okay, fine. If that one is going on, this case has not been settled. What come about telling the whole Nigerians now that there's going to be hike in the price of cement again? Is it not yet time for us to look into what we are going to do, at least to take our burden away from Nigerians?
Well, I don't think the federal government are really ready to listen to the masses, because they don't see what we are seeing on the street. Even talking about the street of Lagos, if you get to know how people live day to day.
Do you know with the kilometer you trek to before getting a bus? It is not that you don't have the money, but the money that is there with you
have to. Yes, you have to.
It is not enough for you. You have to trek before getting a danfo to the studio.
To the studio. That's exactly what is happening, and that is for we that ask where to go to work. Not talking of people that are struggling on the street. Well, let's move on to the next one, talking about hike in fees will force students out of school. JAF, the Joint Action Front, they said this, that hike in fee will force students out of school. That is a large amount of dropouts will be seen.
I believe they are speaking nothing but the whole truth.
Yes.
Have you forgotten last week when the Honorable Minister of the woman said that they are going to take millions of Nigerians out of the streets?
Yes, or one minister or some of the female ministers. Their aims.
Their aims of taking. I told you that very day. I said it on this national TV that we are tired of fake promises. We are tired of listening to fake promises, listening to promises.
It is easy to say.
We need a Nigerian, a working Nigerian. It is easier said than done.
Yes.
So for them to come out and say they wanted to take millions of Nigerians out of the street. Have you forgotten that? Do you know how many millions of Nigerians that are going to the street now based on the hike of the school fees? You don't understand what I'm saying?
Exactly.
If you come to a state that some of our universities we have to shut down.
Well, the Joint Action Front, JAF, yesterday warned that any proposed hike in tuition fee in public universities across the country will lead to the withdrawal of several students from school if it is not reversed. JAF, in a statement by Dr. Dikpo Fashino and Abiodun Aremu, condemned the said outrageous increase, just as it demanded immediate reversal and adequate funding of public education at all levels. The statement reads, "The increments we note are as high as 800% in some of the universities. We consider this callous and insensitive as it adds to the burden of working people and the poor who are already in pain under the dead weight of the criminal hike in petrol prices, naira devaluation, and other anti-poor neoliberal policies of the Bola Tinubu's regime, which account for high inflation and economic hardship." Now, I think the JAF is making sense here because, you know, talking about the hike of fuel price, you know, it has made Nigerians, you know, there is nothing that they bring to us that we don't accept because Nigerians are already seen in the habit of suffering and smiling. So we adapt to every situation.
Every situation that comes around us.
But this now is choking because we are still on the fight of the hike in fuel price. Now, there is hike in tuition fee.
There is an idea that says when you push the goat to the extreme end of the wall, it is possible, it is likely or possible for the goat to turn back and bite. You know goat doesn't bite.
Exactly.
But the way they are pushing Nigeria, I believe there is a mission behind everything that they are doing. I believe Nigeria is so rugged to the extent in which no matter what the condition is, we are ready to adapt. But it will come to a certain stage that we no longer take it. You see, it will come to a stage where we are going to fight for our lives. We are going to fight for this country. We are going to fight to take our country back from all this cabal. Because it begins to clear to me as if there is an urge that some of those people that wanted to become the president of Nigeria, it was like there's an oath that they normally takes. That when you get there, this is how the plans, so these are the plans. That will make them to forget the plans which they have for Nigeria, or the plans that they have told Nigeria that this is what they are going to do during their campaign. So how come the subsidy remover is still biting hard on any of Nigerians, even the rich man?
They are
will not get
shouting.
to the filling station and say because you are a poor man, they will sell petrol for you for 200 naira. The rich man they will sell for
No, it's not
600
possible.
naira. They all sell both the same amount. They sell to the rich man, they sell to the poor man. But as things is going on now, they are pushing Nigerian to the wall. They are pushing Nigerian to the wall.
And it's going to turn
And
out
they
to
are
something
let them
to
expect
disaster.
the expectants.
Well, the hike fee portrayed the Tinubu regime does not care about the well-being of working people and the poor, including access to education by their children. These criminal increments have equally given the lie to the claim of Tinubu's regime that one of the reasons for the removal of the so-called petrol subsidy is to make more money available for education and infrastructure. That was what our president said, that the first subsidy
is going to be spent on the education
and infrastructure.
If there is a hike, I believe education can be subsidized. And this set of people that are there today, go and study very well, go to their grassroots. Some of them enjoy free education.
Exactly.
Why are they now making education unbearable for the masses? Is it because they are rich, they have been able to send their children abroad? You see some of those Nigerians that are following them during their campaign, they don't even, I'm sorry to have used that language, it was that they don't have a routine. The same person that you say you are following, none of their children will be at the campaign ground.
Yes.
None of their children. You will carry your children, carry placard board and begin to campaign for them. They are going to be the one to do this, all for the sake of one Congo of rice and one Indomie. Have you forgotten what this APC government did to us during COVID-19? I'm not a politician. And I've never been in any party, I will never be. till they do me apart.
Well,
Forgetting what the APC government did to Nigeria during the COVID-19.
With the palliative.
That are meant for the masses. You see, no wonder a reverend came out and said, if you vote for Tinubu, that you have seen Shege, but this one you will see
Shege Bansa.
Well, on social media.
The entrenched corruption sustained by the successive regimes and their anti-poor neoliberal economic policies meant that the poor masses will never benefit from the hike in petrol prices under the guise of subsidy removal. Rather, the money will, as is the practice, be looted and used to further finance and opulent lifestyles of top government. We commend students from different universities who have risen in protest against the fee hike. However, as against the isolated character of these protesters, we called for a unified response of Nigerian students, including nationwide days of actions in addition to independent action at different universities. Now, what JAF is trying to tell Nigerian students is, if you know you cannot bear with this hike in price of tuition fee, you guys should go on strike.
Yes, exactly. That is exactly what
ASU are always going on strike. But now, Nigerian students should go on strike. That is what JAF is trying to, because if you continue like this, the more you continue to adhere to what government is trying to do, the more it increases.
What Babalokon said that immediately he's going to be swearing. Immediately he's going to be swearing that he is going to remove fuel subsidy. It's either you go on strike 100 times. He's not going to bring the subsidy back.
Imagine.
No wahala. Yes, you said it before.
Well, that's subsidy. What about the school fee?
The school fees now, that is what I'm about to say. According to what you said, the children when the university is being shut down, I believe that's their mission, for them to eradicate education here in Nigeria. The education is still bearable for people to fund. We still have many youths out there in the street that can't afford the money, that have turned to smokers, that have turned to drug burial. Not to talk of when the school fees is not bearable for them. What will happen?
Well, sir, I think before we go to the school fee, let us look at the educational system of Nigeria. You know, the education system of Nigeria is somehow diabolical, because I get to see, like, what about people that are graduating, students that are graduating every year? There is no provision. So I feel if education is not working, if the money for education is too much, why can't we engage our children in learning informal education, like all this handiwork? Because if everybody should say, I want to go to school, at the end of the day, we see graduates.
Everybody, all those people that graduated, do you know how many of them that ended up in a hairdressing salon?
That is what I'm saying. Instead of wasting time.
How many of them that ended in repairing phone? Do you know how many of them that ended in carpentry job?
That's why I said,
after graduating, do you know how many of them out there who are Okada riders?
Exactly.
Who are organizers? So not to talk of saying.
So why are we spending money on education that will not be useful at the end of 17 years? Look at it, 6 years in primary school, secondary school, 6 years, that's 12 years, 4 years in university, that is for people that don't study law. If we're talking about normal course, that's 12 years plus 4 years, that's 16. Plus 1 year of NYSC, that's 17 years. So after 17 years,
there is no strike.
Yes, that's if there is no strike.
Strike.
Yes, so after 17 years of wasted energy, intelligence and all, you end up to learn the handwork. You understand? So why don't we just see, like, okay, if you don't want us to go to school, fine, then let us face our work. You see, there are a lot of things people can learn on phone. We have a lot of tutors online that you can ask, you can read. Once you know how to read and write from secondary school, after secondary school, just stay. Look for a work to learn. To be sincere, because it's not encouraging. Why will I be paying that kind of amount of money?
At the
end of the day, you understand? So that is.
You are a lawyer or you are a pharmacist now. Only those ones.
Healthcare, health workers. That's the.
Only those ones are automatic.
So I feel Nigerian students, and for those of you that wants to write JAMB or you just want to, go to higher institution, please look at the course you read very well before you go for it. There are a lot of useless courses in Nigeria, to be sincere. A lot of useless courses.
I had to go and study agric. Where's the money to fund? At the end of the day, you see federal government, they will say they have a so amount of budget, so amount of money budgeted for agric. At the end of the day, you will not see the money. They will tell you the money has been disbursed. To who? Have you ever seen anybody closer to you who has been a beneficiary of this money?
Even the tuition fee now that they said they are increasing, the president said there will be loan for students. Now, if you collect the loan, are they trying to increase the price of tuition fee because of the loan that is being assigned for students? Because I don't understand what the federal government is trying to do.
It is better to write up the loan, because without the loan before, we were still managing of sending our children to school.
Now you are using education of Nigeria as business. I don't know why. Education that is meant for Nigerians to benefit from, now you are benefiting from us.
I believe the president, I don't know those people that are sitting now. What about our senators? No wonder when they picked Akpabio as the Senate president, people were saying Akpabio is going to be a rubber stamp
senator
president. Rubber stamp. What is happening now? Is there anybody that has ever against the motion of what Baba is bringing to them? Nobody. That was what happened.
It's just like appointee.
That was what happened when Bukola Saraki was there. When they said Bukola Saraki was a very tough guy because he was not a rubber stamp. All these decisions that they are making, the Bukola Saraki will put it on the table and say, let's go through it together. All these things that we are doing is going to affect the masses, going to affect the Nigeria. Well, it's not affecting those people, the senators, because of what they are earning there. It's going to affect the masses. Now, see how many warning strike that Labour Congress had did. You remember when they got to the National Assembly, they didn't open the gate for them, they put down the gate. Those senators came out and telling them, give me 1 week. 1 week now, we have almost 2 weeks.
I think they are already planning on indefinite strike now.
3 months now, nothing has been done. I say, no, that is why they said we are tired of these fake promises. The politicians, they love making promises. As if everyone is going to fall. At the end of the night, nothing will be done.
Well, before we go to the last headline to talk about today, let me go to the comment section. Dija said, may God help us. Yes, God will help Nigerians. Toyosi Crown said, well done. Thank you. Aziz Amo said, I think he wrote this. I think he wrote this in Yoruba language. Then Alex Faith says, we shall scale through. They are all a bunch of liars. Yes, that's what our politicians and our government are. They are a bunch of liars. But the next one we are going to be looking at today, which is going to be the last headline we talk about on News Review today, is Ondo-based youth representative called the federal government on human trafficking to Burkina Faso, and it has been a rampant issue. It's not the first time, the second or the third. You know, the last time we talked about this human trafficking, it was trafficking Nigerians to Libya. Now it has, it has turned to Burkina Faso. So I think our federal government, I don't know what they are doing at that border. I do ask myself, people at our borders, be it on water, be it
that they are there, they will tell you it is they didn't go through the border, that they went through the
so
border.
Where is the bambush?
They went through the back bush.
Okay, back bush.
I want you to know, Sidonje, when the head is okay, the rest of the bodies are okay. So when the head is not okay, the rest of the body is in trouble. If Nigeria is good, well, good for the masses to live. How will somebody come to me now and tell me that is going to relocate me to a greener pasture? We are going to make more money than what I'm making here in Nigeria. Burkina Faso, African countries. If you are telling me that you want me to come and live in the US now, I would have seen what you've been able to achieve.
Even US, we still have some Nigerians that are not living well.
They are not living well. Even some US citizens, there are some that are not living well.
Exactly.
So for you now to come to me and persuade me, and first look where I am today, then what are those steps that I need to take?
Yes.
At least to earn more money. But if Nigeria is okay, bearable for us to live, there won't be those sweet words that were given to those people that they were tracking will not even entice them. Well,
as you said, if our governments have provided enough for Nigerians, there will not be any need for Nigerians to listen to any child traffickers.
Can I chip in this, Donje? Nigeria is not right for independence they took in 1960. They only took in the independence based on the greediness of the leaders that are there.
Because of what they would take.
What they are going to take. Because of what this. Can you imagine? I heard that those white people that colonized us, that there was an arrangement then that for you to be a citizen of Nigeria, you have some certain amount of money that
in your account.
In your account every month. But Nigeria abuse it. Once they see those things, that they believe they are making money from the crude. Okay, now we are all talking of oil. Nobody is talking about cocoa plantation. Nobody is talking about coffee plantation. Nobody is talking about kola plantation. And all those things are.
What of the rubber plantation?
Rubber plantation are not the ones in Ikenne, Ogun State.
Yes.
All those places have been sold out. To people, they are building houses there now.
Well, the Ondo State-based youth representative and social media influencer Oluyemi Fashipe has raised an alarm on the newly devised means of trafficking youth from Ondo State to Burkina Faso. Fashipe raised this alarm on his social media platform at the weekend. He also posted voice notes, videos, and pictures sent to him by persons who had already become stranded in Burkina Faso. According to a voice note posted by Fashipe on his Yemi Fash online WhatsApp platform and X page, a trapped Ado Ekiti man based who simply introduced himself by his alias name of Reggae said scores of Nigerian youths have been lured to Burkina Faso under the guise of working for a gold mining company, Semafo Gold or Horizon Gold. Imagine.
Yes, Sidonji, I'm telling you, you see this man that was being apprehended, he has his own way of making his money. That's by trafficking. I believe those people that are
well, according to this news, they've not apprehended anybody. It was a man that got stranded in Burkina Faso that sent voice notes.
That sent a voice of,
yes, to this influencer. Yes.
That sought him by Burkina Faso. You see, the point still remain the same. Now let's fix our Nigeria. We need a working Nigeria. I believe the working Nigeria that we all demanded for was what made us to vote for Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Within these 100 days now, we are so disappointed in what we are seeing. Because once you want to take a beans cake from a little child, you must be able to give that child a honey. There was no provision for Nigerians before removing the first subsidy. So that we will not go into hardship. We would have think of what to do, at least to replace the first subsidy that you are going to remove. So people will not be stranded. So people will not be groaning. Now look at the hardship that all this. Do you remember when the first subsidy was being removed? The price of the gas was down there. A lot of people switch off their generator to gas. Yes, exactly. A lot of people switch off their vehicles to CNG. At the end of the day, what happened to the price of the gas? There was an inflation again.
Exactly. Well,
automatically they knew what they are doing.
Well, Reggae further said he realized too late that there was no gold mine job in Burkina Faso after he arrived in the country and after making payment of almost 1 million naira in CFA, equivalent for purported purpose of documentation and work permits. Reggae added that he later got to know the human trafficking syndicate as NET and was made to realize that he would need to join the human trafficking syndicate by luring 2 other persons from Nigeria to keep the chain going. Wow.
That's you
wow.
My back.
It's just like referral. So you're going to refer 2 more people. 2 more people, yes. So as you join the human trafficking stuff, you will just be lying to them that there is a work in Burkina Faso.
They will be killed. That's what is there.
Well, the Ekiti man lamented his fate and the terrorist attack he narrowly escaped on his way to Burkina Faso. He also regretted that the funds used for the trips were borrowed in addition to leaving his wife and 3 children to embark on the journey to Burkina Faso.
Looking for a Benin pastor.
Fashipe, however, commented on his social media platform that it was becoming highly disturbing that even university graduates from Ifedori local government of Ondo State were fast dropping out of school to embark on a wild goose chase to Burkina Faso. Now, let me ask, I don't know, there is internet and there is phone in every...
To Google.
There are a lot of things that you can know online. Look at Burkina Faso. Look at their standard of living. Look at Nigeria. Let us weigh the two together. It doesn't even meet up with Nigerian standard of living.
My brother, you see, some people are so covered to the extent of that whatever it takes, let me go and find a way of making it. All those people that are doing Japa to UK, US, you know, UK open the door for Nigerians to come in.
Yes.
Based on their economy that is down there. You remember during the regime of Boris Johnson. Boris Johnson was forced to retire, was forced to leave that place. Then a woman came on board and said, give me 2 months. That she is going to restore the economy of UK.
Of UK, yeah.
If she doesn't restore the economy of UK,
they should remove him. They should remove her. Yes.
That was what gave room to open door for Nigerians. They know Nigerians are looking for green.
They did open the door for only Nigerians. If you check UK, we have likes of China, India.
I was not saying that.
Yes.
That was what gave Nigerians the opportunity.
Yes, exactly.
To move into UK. They had to bring the price as lower. When they saw the massive turnout, Nigerians people coming to UK. Now
they increased
the visa fee is free now, but for you to process everything is on 10 million. How come it's visa free? You know, my brother. Everybody, have you not seen a man who sold everything that he has in Nigeria and say, together with his arm, that moved to UK and say, I don't know, this is how it's going to be, but I would rather die in UK than coming back to
Nigeria. Well, that is true. Yemi Fauch also posted pitiable videos of the living conditions of the Lord victims in Burkina Faso. In one of the videos, 25 full-grown adults were seen sleeping in a small room. Also, the video of their feeding was equally saddening, as the quality of the food clearly fell short of human consumption. Now, I want to tell Nigerians that even if Nigeria is not okay, I think we are still far better.
I know that is what you are going to say.
We are still far better than any other country in this Africa, because even South Africa, there was a news in South Africa that said over 500,000 Nigerians are undocumented. They are undocumented in South Africa. Like they don't have the stay in South Africa. They are just lobbying around, you know, just sleeping here and there. I don't know the reason why. Okay, Nigerian government has made it hard for us to live well in this country, but at least average Nigerians are still enjoying the hardship, because normally we know we are facing a lot, but not like you going to another man's country to be a refugee and not having a
Africa like you.
Yes.
I don't mean you travel, you say it was UK now or US or Canada or Australia. Those ones realize
it's just like from fry pan to fire to fire.
Very well in UK. If you can work, at least you still be fine. If God gives you the opportunity of having a working permit document.
Yes, exactly.
We're still okay, but
well,
Burkina Faso, Mali, Libya,
Cameroon.
Nothing to write off. Even my dog cannot be traveling to that place.
Can you imagine?
Not to talk of me myself.
I think people need to go more online to check things before they lay their hands on it, because so many people are there just to disturb your mind, to convince you to leave your dear country and come to suffer in another man's land. Well, still on news review, and again, I want you guys to know that before I will leave the show today, that Taraba State government had increased the allowance of the NYSC core members.
I give kudos to the governor of Taraba.
Yes.
For doing that, because he's one of those people that knows what Nigeria is going through and what Nigeria is facing. A core member from Yoruba land now, from this south, that was taken to that place, not you know how Taraba is far.
Very far.
Very far. The stress on the road, okay, let's say from the people you have the money.
Sir, I think there is a problem somewhere. I think the federal government should be able to do justice to this ASAP. When I was serving, when I was in NYSC, I served in KB. I was posted to KB State for my 3 weeks orientation at the orientation camp, Dakingari, that's in KB State. Now I realized the bicycle fee for every core member at the end of the orientation is the same amount. They didn't realize that we didn't come from the same state. We are being given bicycle allowance just to go back to our respective states to gather ourselves together before we come back for our PPA. Now they give us bicycle allowance. So from Kebbi State, we have people that comes from Oyo State, from Port Harcourt, from different parts of the country. So I think they should look at that. At the orientation camp, even before posting anybody, they should realize different things before posting. But then the Taraba State government has taken it to the height of announcing its decision to pay a one-time 50,000 naira medical allowance.
Instead of 30,000
naira. There is no medical allowance for any core member. This is just a new innovation of the state, because this is just a one-time. It is different from your 33.
I give kudos to the governor of Taraba State.
Yes.
I believe you can still do better. You have done it. The rest of the governors, you see what that one is doing.
Well, it is being said. It has not been paid yet.
I believe I believe.
So it is
by his word.
One time 50,000 naira. That is for allowance, medical allowance. Once you are being posted to Taraba, it is not just only. It's not all the core members though. It is for core members that are posted to schools to teach. Now he said that the news said a 25,000 naira accommodation allowance per term. And in a term, I think it's 3 months.
3 months, yeah.
So that means your allowance for
your allowance
rentage is 25,000 naira plus 50,000 naira. That's 75,000 naira. Then accommodation allowance. That's it. Then and a monthly 10,000 naira to core members. So 75,000 naira plus 10,000 naira. That's 85,000 naira. So that, and it does not affect your 33,000 naira from federal government.
That's almost 103 naira. I mean 108 naira.
Although
108,000.
Although the 50,000 naira is just once.
It's just once.
Yes, and the 25,000 naira is 3 months.
3 months, which is
it is
okay.
better.
It's a welcome idea. It will even give room for those people that are trying to relocate from that place to another place.
I know what he's trying to do. He's trying to, because core members that go to that state, they don't want to work in the school.
Okay.
So he's trying to encourage core members that I want to teach. Because they want students, they want children in that area to be educated.
So look at the recent pricing and the recent hike in what is our universities. Somebody that their parents is still struggling of paying their
tuition fee,
all this and that. All of a sudden, you just wake up in the morning, something from 40,000 to 200,000. How are we going to get it? And the price and the salary wages is not increasing. It's not increasing. I think the salary wages is increasing. We'd have said, okay, we balance this up. We still might try to manage and say, for instance, we have 30,000 minimum wage. How much is 30,000
at this current economy?
How much the person going to spend on the transport allowance, feeding allowance? At the end of the day, you see that they have nothing to write off.
Yes, so this is where we are going to be ending it for today on News Review. Thank you so much for joining me on the show today. I still remain my humble self, Ahmed Abbas Olatunji, but you can call me Sidonji, that is if you like. Join us again on another edition of News Review tomorrow. Be good and be hardworking.